Okay guys, welcome to 6th tutorial of our chat app series, and I hope you are still with us and following this tutorial. And when we were on the last tutorial, we did a lot of stuff, but there was some kind of a bug, right? That when we log out, then we were directed to this, and then when we click back, then the app was not exiting. Instead, the app was taking us back to the home fragment. If you can see the previous tutorial last 30 seconds, you will see that bug. So to fix that bug, we can just come to our sign in activity, and instead of finish we can change it to finish affinity, and that bug will go away. So now let's just close all this to make it clean. And now what we have to do is, our users are getting displayed. Now what is the next step? What we want to do is, like, we want to click on the user and we want to chat with that user, right? So let's just get right into it. And great thing is that we already have set up our click listener, so that shouldn't be a problem, right? Because we have this on user click listener. But what is something that we have to implement still is, when we are going to the chat fragment, then what it needs to happen is, home fragment is here. So when we are going to the chat fragment, then we want to send the information of the user that we have clicked on. For example, I have clicked on Jason, so from home fragment I'm going to the chat fragment, right? From home fragment I'm going to the chat fragment, and I have clicked on Jason. Then Jason's chat should open, right? So this is a user, right? So why don't we, it would be a cool idea to send a whole user object to the the fragment that we are going to, right? So obviously chat fragment we are going to, and this is the path here. So on the receiving end of that chat fragment that is going to receive the user, we can like declare some arguments. So we'll just click on here, plus custom parse label, and this is automatically going to search if we have the model classes implemented parseable. And of course we did, if you watched the previous tutorial when we created the user model. So we can just simply take that and we can just name it users, and this is our argument. And sometime you don't need to rebuild the project, but sometime you do, because it will generate some class. So let's just wait for it. And we are here in home fragment, and we can take this outside of the get user method. Yeah, so this is going to help us to click on our like user. So this is getting generated, and we'll just in this method, like in this function that we have gotten an access to with the help of interface, we can go to the chat fragment. So I'll just name this as an action, and here I'm going to declare home fragment directions dot action. Now notice this is the path. We are going to home fragment to chat fragment. So let's just do that, and obviously this will take an argument like users. We are sending the user, right? And what we will do is view dot find nav controller navigate to action, and this is done. And what I can also do is I can just create like some kind of a toast message that indicates that we have clicked on the right users, just for the demonstration purposes. So I can show you that we are on the right user when it gets clicked. Okay, so what I'll just do is I'll run the app. Now I think my Android Studio is really being slow here. Okay, while this comes on, we can further our work. Obviously I'm going to remove this later, this is just to show you. So let's just go to our chat fragment where we are going to do the most of the work. Okay, let's go to fragments and chat fragment. So here, obviously here we are also using data binding. So let's just declare some things. Args chat fragment args, and this gets generated because when I was declaring that argument here, this class, the receiving class, automatically gets generated like this. Okay, so remember this in the sending fragment, like directions, and in the receiving fragments, arguments. Okay, let init var chat binding chat fragment chat binding. Okay, let's take view model also, chat view model. Okay, there we go. Private. Okay, let init var toolbar chat toolbar. Okay, we have got these arguments declared, and chat binding is going to be data binding util inflate, and I'm going to minimize it. Okay, this is good. I think I have to, stop all these tasks that are running, so it kinda like, I don't know why something is wrong. Maybe I have to restart my Android Studio. Chat binding dot root. Okay, on view created, yeah, what I'll do is I'll just restart my Android Studio, I guess. Okay, I think hopefully we are back. So what we will do is that instead of showing a toast message, I will just add the log message, because on Android emulator it's like sometime the toast message does not get displayed, and yeah. Okay, so we'll just add a log message, home fragment, and that's all. So the log message is here, and obviously I have added the code to navigate it to chat fragment, and now here we have to do couple of things, right? So first of all, we are going to arguments is going to be equal to chat fragment arguments from bundle require arguments. This is good. Okay, so now here we have to declare our view model. Okay, and I'm just going to simply go to the home fragment and get it from there because it has been declared there, so why not? And we can just name this as chat view model, and binding chat binding set view model is going to be is equal to chat view model, and chat binding set lifecycle observer. And if I can take you to the chat fragment itself, you will see why I did what I did. So here again, I'm just going to reiterate myself. Here we have used data binding, and here you can see that there is a view model, and this variable is going to go into the message of edit text, and here we are using two-way data binding because of this equal sign. So whatever is being like entered in the edit text, it is being stored into a mutable live data string, right? So this is what we have done, and like if you remember the first tutorial, then I had declared it here. So in this message that we are setting the value of edit text, right? So we are done with that, and now what we will do is we will work with our toolbar, because in our toolbar there is an image, right, and the name also. So what we can simply do is chat binding. Okay, maybe we can do it later here. Chat binding. Okay, toolbar chat. Yeah, maybe let's just declare it. Chat toolbar. View, find view by ID, and toolbar chat, and circle. Okay, we need an image view also. Okay, that's great. View, find view by ID, RID, toolbar chat. Maybe I have to see here what is the name of this. Yeah, okay, chat image view user is the ID that I have given. Okay, here is this, and we have one back button also. So yeah, this chat back button, so let's get this also. Find nav controller, navigate to chat fragment from home fragment. So this is pretty much self-explanatory. Okay, let's go to our yeah, here what we will do is simply the circle glide with require context load arguments. Arguments will have user, will have image, URL, and into circle image view. Simple. And also what we will do is because the toolbar has the username also, right? TV username, text view, private late init, TV status. Okay, that's great. So let's just get that also here in the views. Yeah, TV status view dot find view by. Okay, maybe this is not, this is within the toolbar, and mm, so if I can go back to, there is an image view, chat back button, and also a username is here. So chat username, chat image user ID. Okay, that is not in the, yeah, that is not in the toolbar, so I'll just take that out from there. And what I'm going to do here is back button, which is an image view. So let's just import it, and back button view, oh sorry, chat toolbar, find view by ID, chat back button. And now let's just do the same thing, navigate to chat fragment to home fragment. Okay, this is good. Now moreover, TV status is going to have arguments users dot status. TV username is going to have arguments users username. So let's just rerun the app and see if we are directed to the right fragment and the chat of the person. Okay, so our app has launched, and let's see. If everything works as expected. So I'll click on JSON. Okay, the app is crashing. So what is the problem here? Toolbar chat is toolbar chat. Okay, so there is some problem here. Yeah, it's this. So in terms of toolbar, we have to okay, let's just rerun the app. But even if we don't rerun the app, we can see that we had clicked on JSON. This was the log message that I had set, right? So this is coming from the home fragment. But anyways, we will still see our demonstration. So that means our click is working perfectly. It's just that the declaration of the toolbar was a little bit like weird. Okay, let's just click on JSON. Okay, again there is TV username has not been relationalized. mm, okay, let's just see now if it works. It should. When there are so many views, then it's like difficult to remember. Okay, let's our app has come back once again. Okay, so all the images are loaded here. Okay, and we'll click on Jeff instead. Okay, that is Jeff here and Jeff's picture. We click on back, animation is also going like showing, right? We click on Robert, that means like we are clicking the right person. We click on Adam, we are coming here, right? So this is great, and this is how we had intended. So this is working and I'm very happy. Okay, so what is the deal now? What we have to do is we have to work now on sending a message, right? And for that I'm just going to go to my view model and work a little, maybe 10 minutes it will take more, and then we will be done with this tutorial. So here what I'll do is I'll just come here and I'll create send message, fun send message, sender string, receiver string, friend name, because whenever we are sending the message we are sending to who is sending the message, who is receiving the message, we are storing all that, right? Friend image, and we are going to do so with the help of Kotlin Coroutine. Okay, we have done this. Now what we want to do is that obviously we want this function to get triggered somewhere, right? And here if I can go back to my chat fragment, and over there it's like whenever chat binding send button is clicked, then this function gets this needs to get triggered, right? So chat view model, okay, where is this send message, right? And it is already expecting that we write like, okay, so who is the sender? We have already like gotten the ID of that sender, right? Whoever is logged in, we have created one function in the util files and we can use it over and over again. So that is the benefit. Okay, who is the receiver? So arguments, users and user ID. This is great, right? Because whoever we have clicked on, so let's say I click on JSON, so I know that here I have the access to JSON ID, I have the access to JSON's image. Amazing. Okay, what else do we need to enter here? What's the friend name? So args, users, username. Okay, what's the friend's image? Users, image URL, and we can just add that null pointer exception. Okay, so we are done with this, and whenever the message is sent we have to come to view model now. So all of these we have access to these, right? So what I'm going to do here is going back to my view model again. we'll just get the context first because that is important. Instance application context, creating a hash map again, hash map of string any sender. Who is going to be the sender? We'll get that from our receiver to receiver, and let's just name that key. Okay, so whatever the message is, now here is the catch, because we are using the power of two-way data binding. So because this is a mutable live data string, we can set the value to it and we can also get the value from it. And obviously what we are doing here is that we are setting the value and also getting the value. We whatever the value is in the edit text at the moment, we can get it and send it. That's great, right? So let's just come back here. Okay, that is the message that we want to send, and lastly we want to send the time. So because to sort the message, that at which time which message was sent, in order to fetch the recent message. So I'm going to get this and declare a function here in our companion object, so we can use it over and over again wherever we want. Fun get time, and this also returns a string. And what we're gonna do is formatter, simple date format, HHMMSS, wall date of type date system current time millis, string date formatter dot format date, and return string date. And now we can use this here. So this is great. Our thing is done for like whatever the message that we want to send. Okay, so now at the same time we are going to write some code that we will need for our future features. So while we are at it, so I'm trying to do this right now. Okay, how do we do this? Yeah, so I'm going to create a unique ID. Whether it's the once we send the message, I will explain this more, so because right now it would be difficult for you. Unique ID join to string separator. Okay, this is good. Okay, friend name split, friend name, whatever the friend name is, because this is all we need for displaying our recent chats and also notifications. So my shared prefs context Okay, and I'm going to save my shared pref set value friend id is receiver. Let's just keep on saving some values. Chat room id, unique id to string, friend name split. I told you already why I'm splitting the name, because for example if the user has a too big of a name, right, so we want to fit that name on the screen. We don't want it like to go away from the screen. So that is the only reason we are using that regex function to split it. Friend image is going to take friend image. Okay, and now what we will do is Firestore collection messages document unique id to string. Oh wow. Dot collection chats and document sorted with time, like oh wow, get time and set hash map, add on complete listener task. Okay, so that was like a little bit longer line, and you might be getting confused with the unique id, but hang on with me. Okay, so another like we are like for the this is for the sending message. So unique id, I'll try to explain like this. For example, I send the message, and then my friend sends the message to me, so I want them to stay in the one room, right? So this unique id, what it does is like whether the sender id or the receiver id, if the room has been created, the document id is going to follow some sequence. I know this will not make sense, but just bear with me. Now here what we will do also, that while we are at it, while we are sending the message, we will also like work with like the recent chats, how to store like the list that needs to appear here. If I can come back here, the list that needs to appear here, whenever I send the message, then the user that I sent it to needs to appear here, right? So we have to write the code for that also. Okay, so I'll create another hash map for recent, hash map of any. Okay, here what we will do is friend id is going to be receiver's id, time is going to be utils get time, sender it's going to be utils dot get uid logged in, and message is going to be message dot value friends image to friend image in terms of name to friend name, and person to you. For example, why did I write person here? So you have sent the message, right? So whenever you are the sender, then it has to show you, but when you have received the message, then it should be replaced with the name of your friend here. It should be replaced like, okay, who has sent you the message. So that is why. Okay, So what we'll do here is we'll keep on working Firestore collection. This all work is for recent chat. Okay, collection conversation utils get UID logged in document receiver set hash map for recent, and I will write one more code. Conversation is receiver document get UID logged in and update. Which fields do I want to update? Message to message value time utils get time and person name dot value. So I think this is it for this tutorial, and maybe let's run the app. I guess it should work. No, yeah, I think it should work. So let's run the app, and maybe I will open the Firebase console and all the work that we have done. It's like this line you will only understand if when I show you the Firebase console, right? And I think now I would need two emulators to demonstrate this. But what I'll do is I'll not use two phones right now. I'll just simply send the message, and maybe when we are displaying the message, then we can see a better demonstration of it. And also one thing I forgot is, like, after doing this we have to set the value of message empty, because whenever like here somewhere we can just type message dot value is, because we have to edit the like empty the edit text whenever send button is clicked, right? We can come back to it later, no worries. So our app has launched, and I will go and open the Firebase console, I guess. Yeah. So that is being opened, and maybe I can send a message to Jason, and obviously here nothing will appear. Hey, so that message is gone, but obviously we did not empty the edit text after it is sent, so this will show hey Jason. So I can send that message to Freddy. Hi Freddy. How are you, Freddy? Okay, so that's enough for demonstration purposes, and I can go to my Firestore database, and here we will see some collections generated. So you see here, if I come back here, so now this is like the messages that I have sent to Jason. These are the time here, and now hey JSON, that this is the message, and this is the message that I have sent to Freddy, right? So now you see this, what is this? So for example, okay, I don't know if I can like this size here is not getting increased anyways. So you see here, like this is the ID that you are seeing here, right? This is the ID of the sender and receiver together. But even when the JSON replies me, that will still fall in this chat room. So it's not that when JSON replies me, there will be a new chat room started, even though technically it's a new chat room for JSON, right? If he has not chatted with me, but the unique ID and the code that we had written for the chat room to sort it in a way that regardless who is the sender or receiver, it will always follow the same order. That is the best I can explain. So here, like if JSON is the sender, still it will update in this room. If Sam is the sender, it will update in this room. And likewise, if Freddy is the receiver, then or sender, it will still remain in this room. So that one thing. Second thing is this conversations. So now I have chatted with JSON, I have chatted with Freddy. So obviously Freddy and JSON's information, if I can display this collection here, then it will be shown here, right? So this is great. And also lastly, if I can go back to this node, so then what do I have? I have the message, I have who did I send it to, I have the time, right? So this is great. And that's what we needed to accomplish for this tutorial. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a good day.